Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm here to work on our journal cover, the inside this time. I'll kind of do this in two parts. I'm going to do the inside, I'll turn the camera off, let it dry, and then we'll do the outside. So this may not be super exciting video, but I just wanted to do the whole process kind of thing. So I have tacky glue here that was getting to the very bottom, so it's really gotten kind of thick, and I have a little bit of water. So I'm kind of just going to take a little bit of water and add it in here, but you know, you can use whatever kind of glue you want. I would suggest a liquid glue. I like tacky glue because it really holds, and it's got water in it, but in my opinion it doesn't make things wrinkle too bad. And I know I'm adding water to it, but it's really gotten thick. It's, like I said, the bottom of the bottle. So, but if there's something that you prefer to use doing this kind of thing, then definitely by all means use that. I'm not, you know, the end all be all on this stuff. So you use what you like, because that's kind of how we all have to do it, or it doesn't, we're not happy with how it turns out. So anyhow, I hope you're all having an awesome day. I'm having a very nice day. I'm trying to figure out some business stuff, which I totally suck at. So yeah, I'm not having loads of fun, but just stuff for my Etsy shop. I want to kind of start selling some other things in there as well, and you know, just figuring out everything is always interesting when you're not at all like legally minded, or you know, all that stuff just bores me to tears. Like basically paperwork, you know what, the way I like paper is like this, that's it. Otherwise, just I don't even want to deal with it. And I know that's horrible because like I'm an adult, well that's what they tell me anyway. And so these are the things that we have to deal with, but anyway, just blabbing about nothing. So just want to get a good coverage on here. And I have this white paper that it almost feels like a handmade paper. I got it in some paper stack ages ago when I was still doing what are they called? Scrapbooks. And so I have no idea where I got it or even a brand or anything. It's just a white paper that has kind of a, it almost looks like snow because of the way the texture is on it. And I don't know how well you can see it. And I've got weird sun coming in my window, so I apologize for that. But I try to keep everything down here so that hopefully you'll be able to see. I have just cut these to the size that I needed. Nothing, you know, earth shaking or anything like that, but we do need to try to get them on straight if possible. And then that's basically what I'm doing with those. So this really is not anything too exciting. Hopefully the front will be a little bit more fun because it's, you know, decorating, which is always a little bit more fun. And I'm just going to take my bone folder because I want to kind of, would prefer not to have bubbles, and that's another reason that I paintbrushed it on, so that I could get kind of coverage everywhere. And you'll notice I'm not doing the spine because I'm going to put fabric in the spine. That's just a kind of a strengthener, you know. Got little flecks of glue and whatever else happens to be on this crazy thing. So really we just want to make sure that's nice and flat. And I want to thank you guys all for all your kind comments, and wishing well to the people who won my draw. Oh, I need to draw again for this one. So I'll do that real quick as soon as I get this other side glued on. So it needs to find a home. So I'm just gonna do that to the other side. That seemed to go down pretty easily and without many dilemmas. Like I said, this is the first time I've done one of these corrugated cardboard ones. I generally do like either a file folder, or I'll use an actual book cover, those type of things. And so my cat, it was just sitting there being good, and I turn on the camera and he starts licking plastic. Anyway, I haven't done any of these corrugated cardboard ones, so generally I cover it completely either with fabric or, you know, like entirely with paper. I just haven't done one like this before. So it's all new to me as well. There's little bits of paint on my brush. This is just an old junky brush, but that's what I like to use when I'm using glue, especially when it's this sticky and thick. Oh, Pasha, please stop. Get down, dude. I'm sorry, I know you love it, but get down, please. He just loves that stuff. He found it. I had it away, and I thought I had finally found a good hiding spot for it. But he found it. I think somebody, I think it was Jean, hi Jean, she said her cat can smell it. And I'm pretty sure that's the truth, because it just seems like no matter where I put it, I mean, I'd seriously need to hang it from the ceiling or something, because he just will not let it alone. And he likes to just paw at it and lick it, and it's like, stop! It drives me batty. So the good part about this is that even though I got some little paint flecks in there, this is a nice thick paper, and I wanted a thick paper because my cover is, like I said before, kind of a thinner cardboard corrugation, so I just want to make sure that I have some strength and stability on that. I'm just trying to make it as straight as I can here, which we all know I'm not super great at, but trying. So yes, I definitely think that cat can smell the acetate, like he just, gosh. And it doesn't matter where we have it in the house, you know, like Christmas presents, whatever, any of that stuff that you get, candy wrappers, any of it. It's like he will find it and lick it and make us all nuts. And he gets in our pantry all the time, and I keep, sorry, this just isn't straight. He keeps, or I keep the food, their cat food bag at the bottom of the pantry. And he likes to lick that too, and that's not even acetate, it's a different kind of plastic, but for whatever reason, he licks that. I joke that it's because I don't feed him, but he's always got a full bowl. He just loves to lick those bags. My female cat doesn't do any of that, she just screeches. She just won't shut up. But he just does wacky stuff. He really is like having a toddler, like much more than she is. She's pretty mellow and kind of sleeps a lot. She's an older cat, but she's not that much older than he is. But yeah, they both have their weird quirks for sure, but he definitely has more of them, I think. I'm going to use this snowflake fabric. I don't know, you know, where, it's because it's white, you know, have you ever noticed that? It's like, that's why I don't wear white clothes too, because every little something shows up on it. So this is going to go right down the spine, and most of this will get covered with the sewing and the signatures and all that, but I do like to have a little bit hanging out, and I like this because it's cut with pinking shears, and it was like that, or you could tear it and have that more frayed look, kind of like the ends are. I like to make them pretty frayed and have them a little bit longer. At least that's the way I like to do it. Of course, if you want it perfectly even with your spine, then you can definitely cut it that way, but I kind of like a little bit hanging out. And sometimes I put, you know, cheesecloth in too, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea on this one, just because you can sort of see the I'm not getting a hold of any strings here. There we go. The cardboard, you know. I kind of want it smooth since I'm going to sew the signatures directly in there. So, which side's the right side and the wrong side here? Just like that. Alright, so we're going to put some glue and try, as I might, to get it even, you know, so there's the same amount of fabric on each side, which again isn't like a huge deal because you probably wouldn't really notice once you get signatures in there, but I just, you know, would like it to be a little more even. You know, if I tried to wash that paint out of there, and that's going to be a problem. Yeah, I'm going to get a different brush because I don't want it to be seen through this fabric. I'm just going to grab this one even though this is one of my better ones. And I'll add some other glue. Okay, brain. This is so thick. It's just like, I mean, I know it'll work great, but wow. And I kind of want to do this without very much water at all because, you know, I'm putting down fabric and I don't want it to be wet. But I just want it to be painted on there and not in just glops. This will help strengthen the spine a little bit too. I'm just getting little tiny dips of water there. Having fabric on here, at least that's kind of what I've discovered. I don't know, I could be nuts, but I really think it helps. There's one little blue fleck right there. Paper covered it, but I don't know that the fabric will. It's not going to come off. I just want this to be nice and smooth so that it glues that fabric evenly. And I probably need to get a little on this edge where it's going to hang over, but I don't want too much. Sorry if you can hear my radio. Forgot to turn it off. And it's all the way downstairs. It's kind of loud because I go all over the house, and so I just have it kind of loud. Even though I have other ones I could turn on. They're those Alexa things. Okay. And if I have any more spots, then I will just use my, what do you call it? Trying to figure out which side is good. Art glitter glue. Okay, just trying to kind of get it even. You guys see okay? I'm thinking that looks pretty good. And these ends will fray a bit more, you know, as they're used. Alright, so for now, that's where we're going to stop because I need to let this dry entirely. And I kind of like these a little bit loose when they're hanging out from the signatures, so I may just run a little bead through there, but I kind of just want it like that. So that's that, and it's already feeling a lot better along the edges and stuff because, like I said, that was a thinner corrugated cardboard. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come back, and it may be tomorrow, but you guys won't know that because you'll see the whole video together, and we'll do the front. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Wow, sorry, I'm back already. It's only been like 2 minutes. I need to do the redraw for that. Okay, so I'm going to get my bag that I use with all the same little dealy-mo-bobs in it, except for the two that already got drawn. I'm going to just put my hand in there. And let's see who this is. This is Home Decor by Audrey. So Home Decor by Audrey, Audrey, I'm assuming. Contact me on my Etsy shop and I will get this sent your way. If you are from out of the continental United States, Audrey, just let me know and I will let you choose one of my digis of your choice from my shop to send you because I can't afford the shipping. I talked about that last time, but just in case you didn't hear it last time or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, you can choose a digi instead of this. So anyway, I will see you guys in just a few minutes. Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back to work on our journal. I did sew in the signatures. Oh, I forgot I stuck a scissor in there to dry something. Just forewarning, I'm a hot mess today. I don't know what my deal is, but I feel like everything I've tried to do has taken me like 3 times longer than I thought it would. I don't know if you've ever had those kind of days because things just aren't going quite the way I want them to. But anyways, so just a forewarning out there. Like I said, I sewed in the signatures. I did 2 signatures with the strings on the outside and 1 with the strings on the inside. The middle one has the, if I can find it now, strings coming in the middle, right here. See, like I almost have that stuck there. And I just added some little sequins and flat back pearls to the little strings, and then there's some more sequins. Sorry, they're still a little wet on the back. I don't want to mess them up. So that's how those are, and they're just kind of dangling around in there. And then the other 2 signatures are on the outside. And what I'm going to tell you about that is if you want to see somebody sew in signatures, go to Nick the Booksmith or Gail Augustinelli, or you can just do a search for sewing in signatures. I do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's just the one I usually use. I have done a 5-hole on my tall ledger style journal that I did at Christmas time. But I am really slow at it, and it's kind of fiddly for me, and so I don't like videotaping it. So I'm sorry that I didn't videotape it, but be happy, because I don't know, I couldn't get it right, and it just took me forever, really, is what it comes down to. I mean, it's fine. It all came out fine. It just took me forever. So I don't like filming that portion of making a journal, and there's lots of people that are super good at filming it, and so I would suggest checking them out. So what we're going to do, because I couldn't do the outside until I sewed in the signatures, because we're going to be covering this spine, because it's not super pretty. So, but you can, if you like it, you can leave these strings long and like hang charms and all kinds of stuff off of them. It's just, that's not my particularly favorite thing, but you know, everybody has their own thing they like. So do it the way you like it. So I think what I'm going to do is glue this music paper that we made together on here like this. And then I have a picture from my Digi Winter Wonder, and I just kind of tore around her, and I'm going to ink around that. And that'll go on here. And I was thinking some, maybe some burlap. And then I've got some lace and stuff for the spine. So we'll get to all that. But for now, let's I need to get this part down before I put the spine on, so that, you know, it gets covered by the lace and stuff. It'll just look better that way. So I just have some tacky glue again. Basically same routine as yesterday, and I know a lot of this is probably like super boring and nothing new and exciting, but you know, if you want to see how I did the whole outside, then this is how we're doing it. And if you don't feel like watching this, you can fast forward it, or, you know, do what you like. So I hope you're all having an awesome day. I am having a good day. Went to work. I mean, other than the fact that for some reason I can't seem to get my act together here. I just feel like, do I even know what I'm doing? There's days when I wonder. I truly wonder. But I mean, everything like turned out in the end good. It just felt like everything took me forever, and I came home and stamped a word on fabric, and then spattered some paint on it to kind of look like snow, and where it hit the stamped portion, it kind of turned, you know, the color of the stamp, which was like the brown ink, you know. And so clearly that wasn't what I wanted, since I was trying to get it to look like snow, and so I had to go over the little spots again. It's just been one of those days. So I'm trying to get all the way to the edges, and if I was smart, I would have my little piece of deli paper out here, but as you can see, I didn't get that far today. So now I'm going to have to grab a wet wipe. So that my mat isn't all sticky and gross. And this is kind of a lot of glue, but it's going onto a textured cover here, so I just want to make sure that, you know, it doesn't just like fall off or something. And I'm going to try to kind of center it. Can you guys see? Yeah, okay. as well as I can. And I need to put some grommets in too, and I can't do that either until this is on here. And I was going to ink this a little and I forgot. See, it's just that stuff. Nothing major, just the silliness of my brain not helping me out. I have some music going on my radio thingy, so I apologize if you hear it. I turned it way down, but they're really playing that trumpet right now. I just put it on some jazz. Sometimes I just like some sort of like kind of ambient noise kind of thing, just something. That's why I listen to just like talk radio and stuff a lot, because it just is kind of in the background sort of. And I like that when I'm working. Alright, so I think we got that all down, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little inking. Since I was silly and forgot, I'm just going to do it real lightly. I'm hardly pushing it all. So yeah, I hope your day is good. It's been kind of crazy being back at school. It's, you know, especially with the little guys, it's kind of like starting over again. But, you know, that's just the way it is. I'm just going to kind of go lightly in a few spots. And I know that's crazy after painting all that white paint on there, but not a lot, just very lightly. Okay, and I might as well ink Our Lady while I'm here. Got burlap fuzz and all kinds of fuzz. When you're using so many different types of materials, it's always interesting to what kind of things get caught up in the glue. At Christmas time it was glitter. I had glitter everywhere. And I probably could have used glitter on this, but I'm kind of glittered out, so that would have given it a snowy effect. But, okay, I think that's good. And we're going to ink this piece before we put it on. Not that it was a big deal, but I'm just doing a real light inking. And I am going to go kind of same, just lightly. Okay. And this time I'm going to use a book page or something with this so that I don't get my table all sticky. This one's kind of gross. More water. My poor tacky glue. It's extra tacky. That one's pretty much gone, so. Yeah, I don't know what it is some days. Other days, like, everything just moves along perfectly smoothly. And just struggling today with everything, it feels like. But that is exactly why I don't videotape sewing in signatures. And it's not that sewing in signatures is like a hard thing to understand. It's not that kind of hard. It's just making sure everything's lined up. And I use clips and I do the whole 9 yards, just, you know, like everybody tells you to do. But for some reason, it just takes me forever. And I have done one video where I sewed in signatures. I only sewed in one signature, and that's a little easier, just to show how to do a pamphlet stitch. And I think it was my super simple, what was it called? Composition notebook journal, something like that. It was a while ago, back in the summer, so you can look at that one if you want to. But like I said, I would just go to like Nick the Booksmith or Gail Augustinelli, because they just, boom, do it, and they're good at teaching it as well, and that's where I learned to do it. So I would just go to them because they're just good. They're just good. So I'm trying to see where I put the other one so that I can hopefully kind of have them lined up a bit. And this one's going to be tricky because I have this big piece of burlap right here. Of course. That's what happens when you don't think about these things, but I'll probably have to put a little extra glue right there. I just want to see if I got these sort of lined up here. I don't want it crooked though. Yeah, so if this takes me a minute, I apologize. Like I said, it's just been that way. But it's all part of doing it, and if you're just learning and you want to know how, it's just sort of the way of learning it. But if you're totally bored, I'm not offended if you move on and do something else with your time. Of course, I love hanging out with you guys. I think it's super fun, and I love the comments, and you guys are just awesome. So thank you so much. I do really, really appreciate all of you. Old and new. Subscribers, that is. And even if you're not a subscriber and you're just hanging out, that's awesome too. Okay, so I think that's going to stick pretty good. I think I got them lined up pretty good. Okay, so now what I think I'm going to do is put this in water. And I'm going to get this out of the way before I like stick my hand in it or something, or the journal itself. Put this over here. I have kind of a mess. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not my worst mess by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just when I get to this point in a journal, a lot of times it's just a mess because I have fabric out and all kinds of stuff for, you know, like the binding and all that. I want to make sure these stick down, so I'm sorry if I'm taking forever. There's just lots of bumps and lumps, and we don't want spots where it's bubbly and weird. There's a piece of burlap right there, so I'll make sure it sticks to that. Probably not going to be able to. I want to put eyelets in for a tie closure on it, so we might actually let this dry and then come back in a minute because I just really want it to. I'm afraid if I try to use an eyelet, it'll just like tear the paper. So that's what I'm going to do because I have another idea, an envelope pocket that I wanted to try. I saw just a picture of one on Pinterest, and I don't really know exactly how they did it, and I'm not sure whose idea it is, so I apologize if whoever. I just think it's a cool idea. So we're gonna make our envelope, and I chose, I think it was, where is it? 3.5 by 6.5, so it's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 is the paper size. So I cut the paper 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I need to score it at 3 1/8. So I'm sure most of you know how to use these, but you just line your paper up to where this one said 3 1/8, so that's what I lined it up to, and then I just find my little score spot here. And I don't push super hard because, see the day I'm having? Because I don't want to tear my paper, so that's always something to think about, and it depends on the thickness of the paper. This is just parchment paper. I figured as an envelope that would sew, you know, or so it would fold easily, so that's why right? And then you turn it to the other side. At least this is the way I learned to do it. All the way, like the complete other side. Punch it. Score it, and then you can just line up these lines with this little arrow poking out. And score it. That one's done, so we're just come over to this one. I mean, I'm sure most everybody's seen that by now, but just in case, because I know I do have new people. And then I like to round these, but you don't have to, but it does have a corner rounder up at the top here. And you could just use an envelope, and I'll show you in just a minute too, but for this, we're going to use this one because it's got the print on it already, which is really nice to have. And so I'm just going to hopefully fold it, if it will. And fold this side up. But if you do not have an envelope punch board, I'll show you how to do it with a regular envelope too. And then this one I'm going to cut off. So I'm not even going to use that one right there. And this is why it's a little bit easier to do on the envelope punch board, because you're cutting off one of the flaps. So then you have a pocket right here. And you may have seen this before, like I have no idea. I just saw it on Pinterest yesterday and was like, oh, I want to try one of those. So that's how it came about for me. But I'm sure people have been making them. Not my idea. Just thought it was cool. So I'm just going to glue right along here. And I'm not going to glue that other side, obviously, because otherwise I would have closed the envelope entirely. We don't want to do that. And again, I'm just going to do this side right here. I think that do just part of this. And you probably could, I've seen stuff where the things are folded and all that. I just wanted it like this so that it's a pocket to glue onto a page. And we're going to do some stuff right here so that it looks a little bit better. And what that is, I'm not really sure, but let's look. I have these super cool images from Mrs. Coggs, but I have some bigger ones which would probably be better. Like this adorable child hugging this snowman. Love that. So that's the one I think I'm going to use, and I'm going to use my tear ruler. These images are beautiful. She really does a great job getting the color so nice. I mean, I know they're all old images, but like the color is just really nice. Isn't that adorable? Alright, so what else? We need a little something behind. Some lace or fabric, or what do I want? Sorry, I'm just looking at my junk. Pull out some of these. Oh, I could do a doily too. got these at a restaurant supply store. That's why there's so many. But they're all the same. That's the only bummer about that. But I like the thin design that's on them, so it's okay. The only thing is you lose a lot. But I do like it. I could do that. Oh, I know what I could put down there at the bottom. I cut out some of the stuff from Medieval Mirage. One of these little pieces would look kind of cool down there. So that's what I think I'm going to do, something like that. And I'm just going to ink a little bit. I probably should have inked the envelope while it was open, so that's something to think about if you want to do that, or if you don't want to ink it at all. Don't have to do it at all. And these are from Medieval Odyssey Volume 1, that design. That little bit darker sepia ones, those are from Medieval Odyssey. I need my book again. Because I'm just lightly going to do this. I don't want it like dark, I just want it a little bit. I like the white, so. And I kind of want it torn rather than cut. So I'm going to kind of do it like this. And I know it's better to turn it the other way. Just depends on what my brain's up to. So yeah, these are fun, and I'll show you in just a minute. That regular envelope that I just cut that flap out of, if you don't want to make your own. The good part about making your own is that, and then I ripped it too far. Anyway, is that you can use the design paper and, you know, or scrapbook paper, whatever, and you get the design already on there. So if you don't want to have to like collage the whole thing or whatever. So that'll work. Alright, I need a glue stick. And there's fuzz stuck to my glue stick. Told you, just a big old hot mess today. I think I have too many things going on in my brain. I have creative ideas, I have business ideas, and I'm kind of frazzling myself, if that's a word. And I do that to myself quite often, and I don't really know why. I guess it's the new year and I'm thinking I need to do all sorts of things. Who knows how much of it will actually get accomplished, but I know I need a card. I had one, and I don't know what I did with it. I probably really just need a keeper is what I need. Somebody just go around and clean up after me. It's crazy. Crazy brain. I'm gonna, because that was a doily, I have way more glue on here than probably necessary, so I'm gonna just fold it. Call that one good. I just noticed these, they're too big. I just like this. Maybe I'll just use a piece of this down there at the bottom. And this is Mrs. Cog's Snowman. I don't remember totally what it's called. I don't think I have it on that. Is it on there? No. Trying to see if this is upside down or right side up. I don't know, do I like that or this better? I still think I like that better. Oh boy. Having fun yet? And as soon as we're done with this, we'll go back to that. And then I'll probably make a journaling card or something to go on the inside, but I just love this envelope idea, so I want to share it with you guys if you haven't seen it. Could have been around forever and I just didn't know. I'm trying to think this. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that. So we're going to put some of this glue on the back, or glitter glue. You should keep getting caught on the stitches. Here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on this as well, just so that where it overlaps the lace, it doesn't end up coming off or something. Yes, I have glue all over my fingers. Down just a little. All right, so that is that one. And that will go on a page, and I'll show you. But let's go back to the cover for now. While this dries, we're just going to trade off. Whichever thing's drying at the moment. I think this is hopefully good. It still feels a little cold, but I'm hoping I can do it. All right, I'm using old school tools because that's what I have. I don't have a crocodile or, you know, anything like that. So I think I might do this side first. So I'm using old stuff. And it probably would have been good to do this before I sewed in the signatures, but because of the way I did the cover, I needed to do it after. So it's just kind of one of those things. There's always order in this, and it's trying to figure out the best order that's tricky. So we've got 8 3/4. So I'm going to go 4. And there is middle. What did I say? I think that's even. Let's see. Yep. Alright. So like I said, old school tools here. I'm kind of actually think I'm better off without a crocodile. I know a lot of people have said, oh, it's not hard, you know, but in my opinion, I just don't think that's my kind of thing. Sorry for the banging. I apologize, because it is loud, I know. Oh, silver one. I'm going to pray I can get this to work. Oops, it goes this way. Oh yeah, it worked good that time. I never know, like it seriously is ridiculous sometimes. I just want to make sure that I get them in the same general vicinity. It's just not going to reach, is it? Yes, this is a cockamamie way to do this, but I'm checking to make sure I'm in the same spot. Okay. Sorry, we're going to have banging again. I should have warned you last time because that was pretty loud. And that one got stuck, of course, because the glue. See, that's what I was worried about. If that wasn't totally dry. It also had to go through burlap, so that was another issue. So let's hope I can get this one in right with all of that going on. Oh, did I have it? I did. Upside down. Darn it. Get that one out. See, this is what I'm talking about. Just having a day. Can't get it out because of the... So let's see. That was my fault entirely. I had it upside down. So don't put the thing in upside down and then you won't have that problem. But it turned out fine, so that's good. So we're going to use some of this, and I'll worry about that in a minute. I don't need to tie that on right now. Let's get this going again. Figure out how we want this. I want a piece of fabric on the spine because it's not the most beautiful. Then I have this piece of lace too, so I think that's what we'll do next. And I need my glue again. What did I do with it? Set it out of the way and then I couldn't find it. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing on the spine here that we did on the inside of the spine. A little more of this. And I'm going to be careful going over the holes not to, like, obviously have too much water right there. I mean, I don't have a lot of water on my brush anyway, but just if that's what you were thinking, because I know I'd probably be thinking that. Oh my gosh, my day is just flying by. Just aren't enough hours in a day, I'm telling you. I want a pretty good coat on here because I, you know, obviously do not want it coming off. But I also want it a flat, you know, I don't want just certain spots where it's sticking and other spots where it's not. So I'm trying, that's why the paintbrush thing. Okay. And I think I cut this one already to size. This is a piece of that damask tablecloth that I got from Sammy Jared. Thank you so much, Sammy. Using it, using it. It was a big piece and it's awesome. for these winter type journals. And it's probably a little big, so I can trim it. I just didn't want it to be short, you know. I'm trying to kind of make it even here. I can kind of see, I don't know if you can see through it or not, but I can see a little bit through it, so I'm kind of trying to and that'll go over the sides, so we'll get those glued down. I think I'm going to shorten it a bit first though. Jeez. You're probably, all of you like subscribe to my channel, and you're probably all going to be like, why did I decide to watch this crazy lady? I'll have unsubscribe. No, you guys are too awesome, but I'm just, it's been a day. Let's just say that. But this will help me. This is my therapy, so. And I am leaving a little bit, you'll notice. And I'm sure that there are a million better ways to do this, and you're probably all screaming in your heads, and I apologize. But and I kind of want to fray those again, but I think I'll worry about it once it dries, because it frays real easy. So you can see that side's fraying really easy. She says, and then she starts fraying it. Yeah, that's frayed nicely. Okay, let's get those sides down. And a lot of this you're not really going to see, it's just more of something under the lace. So, I'm almost off camera. Got to remember to stay up that direction. Here I say I think it's gone, and there's still lots. It's just so thick now because it's the end. Okay, stop. I think the reason I like tacky glue so much, and I know everybody loves Fabri-Tac, but I almost like tacky glue better for fabric because I don't notice as much of the seeping through as I get on the as I get with Fabri-Tac. So I don't know, I could be totally wrong, and maybe I just am not good at using Fabri-Tac. I have no idea, but plus I can't stand the way it feels on my hands, but that's a whole nother issue. And I feel like tacky glue holds just fine, like no problem whatsoever. I've never had anything like fall apart with tacky glue for sure. In fact, sometimes I stick something down and want it somewhere else, and it's like, guess not. Sorry, I just had to laugh because I thought I glued that music paper on upside down. I didn't, but yesterday when I was trying to sew in signatures, in fact, well, and I did one today too, I did one upside down. That's the kind of thing I've been dealing with. It's like, Amy, really? So then I had to take it out and do it again. So that's why. So don't get discouraged if you mess up sewing in signatures, because I can almost guarantee that everybody has at some point, because it's just, I don't know. a little bit tricky. Okay, so I think that is going to be fine and nice and like strong or whatever you want to call it, and a good coverage. Now this is the trickier part because I don't want to see a bunch of glue through the lace. So, probably should have stitched them together, but I didn't think of that till just now. Need to figure out if both of these ends are, oh, I think this one needs, could be a bit straighter. Let's move this. No, it's actually not that bad. It's just this end right here kind of sticking out weird. Alright. So I'm going to take it from that end to that end. Okay, so something that, sorry I was off camera there for a second, I'm just putting this lace over this. Trying to figure out where the middle is. I'm just marking it just so I can kind of get an idea where I need it on here. And a pen would probably be a better choice, but looks about right. And I think I'm going to just kind of flip this back, and I'm going to use the art glitter glue because I can do a real fine line. I would suggest if you are going to do this to stitch these together. You know, if you're going to do something like this, I mean, I know it's not going to be exactly, I'm just saying I would stitch them. And I wish I would have thought of that, but that would have been the smart way to do it. One advantage of art glitter glue is it doesn't show because it does such a fine line. I mean, I'm sure it could show. But art glitter glue works on fabric as well, so it's kind of a good option for sure. And I can trim this still. It's a big batch of burlap right there. And I'm just running my finger over it to, you know, just kind of flatten it out a little bit. And you can see this piece is bigger up here, but I can trim that. Go and put some under these little flowers. But I'm going to wait till it dries to trim it because I don't want to like pull or tug on it any weird way. Alright, so I'm going to move this again out of the way, and I know it's a ton of glue, but I'll figure that out in a minute. Need to figure out what I want next. Sorry, this is taking a bit, so I apologize for that. I don't know if I want more lace or... I know I wanted to do some burlap. And this. And then this is what I was telling you about. I stamped this and did the paint on it, you know, spattered it. And then I just did kind of a crazy stitch on there. So I'm trying to figure out if I want, what else I want. Could do a line of those little, they remind me of snowflakes for some, I don't know. That's kind of what they look like. I've also got this kind of stuff. I don't want to totally cover up my music paper either. Could just do a piece of that to there. Not going to see much of it though. I had a snowflake that I was going to use, and now I don't know what it, oh, there it is. I don't know if I like the blue though. I'm just having dilemmas, having struggles and dilemmas. Let's see what else. It wouldn't stick out that long, obviously. I kind of think I'm going to push this a little bit more together too, instead of just like that. I think I do like the idea of this on there. So I'm going to cut some more of this off of here. That's starting to look more like it. So So I just want a piece of this to like here. Okay, so that's how we're going to proceed. We're just going to do it because I don't know what else to do. Here, we're going to use our other glue. Since it's already out of the bottle. Just going to do a line along here. Sure, I've lost loads of you by now. Thank you to whoever's sticking around for this kind of boring video. I don't even have much to talk about other than my trials and tribulations. Okay. So this is the front. Just gonna put it right like that. And then we're going to do some burlap. And I'm going to go ahead and use this on her as well because of the burlap. I want to make sure she sticks. And this is probably the craziest mess you've ever seen, so I'm sorry. I need my glue book is what I need. Okay, see, you know what I forgot? This lace. No, I'm probably not going to be able to do it because burlap. Okay, oh, there we go. Get the bottom. That wasn't a good move, don't do that. Let me see, I need I'm not sure how to hook this on either. Putting it on the back of the picture. There's lots of layers there. And where did my word go? Just tore everything off and like threw it over here and didn't. There it is. Goodness, there it is. Sorry. I was trying to hold that and find this and, you know, be dingy me all at the same time. This is one good thing about stitching something like this is the glue on the stitching works pretty well. I find anyway. I'm gonna kind of squish it a little bit. And I already did a little bit when I was sewing, but still want to be able to read it, obviously. Too much glue right there. Luckily we're going to be putting that lace up above, but still we don't want it on our picture. Okay. I don't know if I need trying to decide if I want to cut that one off. I think I want it as long as the banner, the winter banner. That I think I'm going to put this on. It's always tricky trying to decide how to attach everything. Sorry I'm so quiet, I'm just concentrating. Get down, you guys. It just doesn't want to stay over there. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of this over here. Stay down. It's kind of covering up the word a lot, huh? Can you tell what it is? Sorry, is my head in the way? I've probably been standing with my head over this the whole time. Okay, it's starting to grab now. Makes me feel better. Okay, where's my Yeti? Trying to find my junky towel so that I can kind of press on this and not lift off any glue that is hanging about unnecessarily. Okay, that's going in there. It's like I kind of want blue because there's blue in the journal. I don't know if I like that or not. Maybe if I just inked it a little bit. My sister made me these snowflakes. You could also tea dye them. I've done that. I think it was just like so blue that it was bugging me. Yep, I think that helped a ton. That's what I want to do, so let me get this glued down. These are also quite tricky to glue, and I like to put a little glue on the tips so that it, you know, holds them down the right way, because they like to curl because it's crochet. Thank you, Megan. She watches. Ugh. We're gonna do our yucky towel again. And you can use paper towel, you know, like Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, she uses like old paper towel or dry wet wipes, you know, that kind of thing, whatever. It just really helps to grab any extra glue that you don't need. There's supposed to be a loop there. I could put a pearl in the middle of that. These have sticky things, but yeah, I don't trust that, especially on a cover. Alright, that is that. And then we can add this now. And then I will let you guys go. Because you're probably like, if you're still here, you're probably ready to throttle me. Alright, let's see. So these just put through the holes. And if you can. And then tie a knot. And the cool thing is that way you can change it out if you don't like it or whatever the case may be. Oh my goodness, Amy. What is my deal? That piece does not want to cut no matter what. Okay. And then how long, I don't know. We'll give it kind of long just so that we don't do it too short. Well, let's do that yet. Why is this too much glue around the nozzle? I think I need new fabric scissors. Those are getting tired apparently. The other cool thing is you can turn it easier than a lot of times when you get stuff tied on. You can't really. I'm going to leave them long so that you know, there's plenty of room to change that out, or you know, if you have to tie another knot or whatever the case may be. If it gets fat, whatever. Alrighty, so that is how it's looking at the moment, and we will put these envelopes and things in. I might just go ahead and do that, and then the next time I come back I will do a flip through because we're pretty close to, and I'll add a few more things, but and trim that lace and stuff like that, but I think you guys are getting the concept. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope I didn't drive you too crazy doing this. If you have questions, and of course comments, I love, so thank you so much for all your support. I really appreciate it, and if you like my video and you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we'll chat soon. Talk to you later. Bye bye now.